Hello student, myself KK Bhatt. Dear student, as you know that your examination will start from 25th of November. So today I am going to revise your lesson. Today we are discussing the first lesson of the first flight, a letter to God. First of all, I will summarize the lesson. Then after, I will discuss the important question of this lesson. Then after, I will also discuss the summary of the two poems, Fire and Ice and Dust of Snow. It means dust of snow and fire of ice. And then after, I will also discuss the important question of those poems. In this way, we are able to complete our first lesson, a letter to God. Now see the summary. A letter to God. I think the heading of this lesson is itself a surprising. Here, writer explained the faith of God of a man who believed that God is Almighty and He helped him in every difficulties. So, first of all, I will explain the character Lencho. You know well that Lencho was a farmer who worked hard in the field. He worked like an animal. He lived in a solitary house on the top of a hill. From there, he easily see his field of ripe crop. His field is ready, but the problem is rain. If in time there is no rain, his crop may be destroyed. That is why Lenzo worried much to take lens. One day he was taking his mill and he realized that drop of water will be falling. He just came out from there and became happy to see the rain. Then after some time, the rain changed into hailstorm. Hailstone continued, and in this way, his whole crop has been destroyed. Nothing will be rest in his field. That is why Lencho again become worried. He thought how he spent the coming year. He thought if there is no grain in the houses, he and his family members will be die because of hungry. At that moment, his wife consoled him to say, "No one will die of hunger because God helped everyone." Listening the word of his wife, great faith enters in the mind of the Lenzo. That is why he decided to give a letter to God and demanding some monies at 100 pieces so that in coming years he spends his time happily, and also he prepared himself to sow the next crop. And he wrote the letter and posted it into the post office. When he went to the post office and put the letter into the mailbox. A postman who just took out the letter from the mailbox, and when he see the address to God, first he started to laugh, and with laughing he showed the lesson to the postmaster. Postmaster was a fat but a kind and happy man. First he started to laugh, but suddenly he became serious to realize that what a faith of that man on God. He did not want to shake Lenzo's faith in God. That is why he decided to give the answer of the letter on the behalf of God. And also he decided to help Lenzo with money. Then he asked to all his employees and others for contribute, and he himself contributed money. But finally he collected only 70 pieces, not 100, and he sent those money to Lenzo. On the following Sunday, Lenzo rest at the post office to collect the money, and when he got the money, there is no surprise because he believed in God and he knew that God never differs to anyone. That is why first after taking money, he counted the money. When he found that the total money was 70 pieces, he became angry because he knew that God never does any mistake in counting. Really, this is the mistake of the employees of the post office who stolen the money which the guard had been sent. Finally, he decided to write again a letter to God. In the next letter, he wrote, God, send the rest of the money because it is urgent for him. And he also requested to God, don't send those money through the post office, through the mailbox, because the employees of the post office are dishonest. Again, the postman found a letter, and he surprised to see, but he was happy that to see the faith of God, to see the faith of Lenzo in God. That is the summary of this lesson. Now we are going to discuss the sub question, the important question. The first question, look here. Who does Lenzo have complete faith in? Which sentence in the story tell you this? Look here. The answer is Lenzo has complete faith in God. The following sentence in the story tell us that. First, but in the heart of all who live in that solitary house in the middle of the valley, there was a single hope from God. Second, he wrote to God on the envelope. And third, what faith? I wish I had the faith of the man who wrote this letter that is commented by the postmaster. And fourth, God, of the money that I asked for, only 70 pieces rest me. Send me the rest, since I need it very much. These are the lines so that Lenzo have complete faith in God. Now look the second question of this lesson. Why does the postmaster send money to Lenzo? Why does he sign the letter God? As you know well through the lesson, you understand well that postmaster was a good and kind man. He was a happy person when he realized that Lenzo believed in God much and he did not want to shake Lenzo's faith in God. That is why he decided to answer Lenzo letters. Therefore, he sent money to Lenzo, which he had demanded from God. Second, why does he sign the letter God? He signed the letter as God because he had written the letter on the behalf of God. He did so in order not to shake Lenzo's faith in God. Now, dear student, I think that you understand these two questions. Now, see the third question. Did Lenzo try to find out what who had sent the money to him, why and why not? Here we have to give in both way yes and no. First we discuss no. Lenzo did not try to find out who had sent the money to him because he had a deep faith in God. He had a deep faith in God. There is no surprise on seeing the money. Such was his confidence. On the other hand, he became angry when he counted the money. He thought that God could not have made mistake, nor could he have denied him what he had requested to him. These are sentences so that Lenzo had a deep faith in God. Now look here, the fourth question. Lenzo thought that the post office implies who does Lenzo think has taken the rest of the money? What is the irony in the situation? Remember that the irony of a situation is an unexpected aspect of it. An ironic situation is strange or amusing because it is the opposite of what it is expected. As the postmaster think that the right comment by the Lenzo, but Lenzo just gave opposite. Now see the answer. Lenzo thought that the post office employees had checked him by taking out 30 pieces. The envelope, for God could not have made a mistake, nor he could have denied him what he had requested. The kind hearted post office employees who contributed a part of their hard earned money to help Lenzo so that his faith in God is not shaken are blamed by him to have cheated him. Isn't it irony of situation? The person who should have been praised for their kindness and charity are being called a bunch of crooks. Dear friend, I think here given some question like that, some comprehensive question is also given here. So we are discussing the some important question. The first is what did Lenzo's hope fall? The answer is Lenzo hoped to get good a harvest if only it had a downpour or at least a shower. Second, why did Lenzo say the raindrops were like new coins? He said so because there was the size of 10 and 5 cents. The big drop means more rain and more money. More rain and more money. The smallest drop means a little less crop and less money. It means if the rain came in right time in the field, the grain will be gain more, and if the smaller drop means over rain came, he also get less crop. That is why he said that raindrops were like new coins. Third question: why does rain change? What happened to Lance's field? It changed into the hailstone. Hailstone. Lance's crop was completely ruined. He further said that a plague of locusts would have left more than that. It means hailstorm destroyed all his crops, nothing will be raised to it. The fourth, what were Lancho's feeling when the hail stopped? Lancho was sad and frustrated because all the labor he had done had gone waste and also the problem of forgiveness. That is why Lancho became worried about this. Now, dear student, we are discussing about the poem The Dust of Snow. This poem has been composed by Robert Frost. First of all, we are going to explain the summary of this lesson. Dust of snow, it means a small part of ice. Is a lot. Here, the poet was sitting there in depressed and sorrowful condition, but at that moment a crow came through that and shook down the dust of the snow on the poet. That changed his mood. It means the mood of poet had changed because of the dust of snow. That is why dust of snow washed away his sorrow. He regained his energy and he got ready to utilize the rest of the day. That is why he thanks to the dust of snow. This is completely understand a useless thing, but these things also change the mood of the poem. Now, student, here are a question: what is dust of the snow? What does the poet say has changed his mood? How has the poet's mood changed? The answer of this question can able to give the complete knowledge of the poem. Dust of snow are the small particles of snow that remains on the surface after the snowfall. It reminds one of cold. What does the poet say has changed his mood? A crow shook down the dust of snow on the poet. That is why the mood of poet has been changed. How has the poet's mood changed? The answer is the poet was in a depressive, sorrowful mood, but when the light shower of snow dust fell on him, his sorrow was washed away, his spirit regained energy. He got ready to utilize the rest of the day. In this way, poet ready to perform the duty toward God which has been provided to him to perform. Now we are going to discuss the fire and ice. Fire and ice. Here in this poem, Robert Frost referred to two predictions of how the world will end. Some say it will end in fire. In fire means global warming. You know well that through global warming, Arctic ice will melt, and one day the whole land of the world gulf in. In this way, there is no oxygen on the world, and world will destroy or perish soon. Second is, if the sun will get so hot that will be burst or grow colder and colder. If there is no sun, there will be no oxygen, there will no anything to eat remain on the earth, That is why after that all creatures will die and the world will perish very soon. Further, the poet says that he compares the fire, or we can say that the poet equates desire with fire. He said that he compared the desire with fire and hatred with ice. Both are growing with such a rapid speed. It means as the heatness of sun and glow and melting of ice, both are growing much, and he compares these in humans. He found that the desire and hatred both are growing with a rapid speed among the people. In both way, the word will end either way in fire or in ice. I think everyone understand the first lesson. Thanks to watch my video.